Turns out your parents were right about breakfast all along. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Melissa. I'm a dietitian and we talk about food and nutrition here on my channel, so subscribe if that sounds like something you might enjoy. We're in a little bit of a different setting today. It's so nice out, so I figured I would film on my porch. I feel like the background's not very interesting though, so I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But on to today's topic. So if you're like me, you probably grew up with your parents constantly telling you that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and you were just an annoyed teenager who didn't want to wake up any earlier than they had to, so you hated breakfast and you did not believe your parents. But it turns out they were right. So today we're going to talk about why breakfast is so important and why it just might be the most important meal of the day. I mean, all of your meals are important, and I would love it if you ate all of your meals, but starting your day with a balanced breakfast is really one of the best things that you can do to start your day out on a healthy foot and really just set yourself up for a healthy, balanced day. So why is breakfast so important? And the short answer here is blood sugar, but I'll give you the long answer. So basically, when you've been sleeping all night, you've obviously been fasting for 8 to 10 to 12 hours. I don't know how long you sleep for. But since you have been fasting for such a long period of time, when you wake up, your blood sugar is fairly low. And, you know, I think a lot of us have experienced symptoms of low blood sugar. That could be lack of concentration or headaches or just being hangry. So when you eat breakfast, it helps raise your blood sugar. Now, what kind of breakfast you eat can definitely have a big impact on that as well. So eating a balanced breakfast, like something with protein and healthy fat and some carbs, yogurt, eggs, oatmeal, something along those lines. Eating that healthy breakfast is going to raise your blood sugar, but not in a way that's going to cause spikes and drastic drops in your blood sugar throughout the day. So in contrast, if you eat something like a Pop-Tart or like a sugary cereal or something like that, what's going to happen is your blood sugar is going to spike because it's pretty much all sugar and not really any other nutrients. And then after that spike comes a drastic drop. Whereas with that balanced breakfast that has other nutrients in it, like fiber, other macronutrients, your blood sugar will just raise a little slower, be a little more balanced, and you won't have those drops to worry about. So yes, that sounds good for breakfast, but what impact does that have on the rest of the day? So let's talk first about what happens if you skip breakfast, which I feel like a lot of people are doing nowadays because intermittent fasting is so popular. So what happens when you skip breakfast is your blood sugar is going to stay low. It's going to continue to be low or get even lower until you reach that point where you just like have to have something. And I feel like everyone has experienced that feeling where you're just hangry, you just want to reach for anything that is convenient, anything that's in sight, and often that leads to cravings for high sugar or high fat foods, which is totally natural because your body thinks that those foods are going to give you that quick hit. They're going to raise your blood sugar really quickly, so it's totally natural to crave those things. And when you're super hungry and your blood sugar is really low, it's a lot easier to give in to those cravings because you feel like you need something immediately. So what happens is you reach for those higher sugar items, they give your blood sugar a big spike, and like I said before, with big spikes comes big drops as well. And then, you know, you kind of just repeat that cycle throughout the day. And the same thing kind of happens if you're eating like a high sugar breakfast rather than a balanced breakfast. It's just the cycle of spikes and drops and those feelings throughout the day of like feeling like you need something right now when your blood sugar drops, and then getting like all like weird and jittery or energetic or whatever with those spikes in blood sugar. And that correlates with hunger as well. You know, if you skipped breakfast and you're trying to wait till lunch to eat something and then you're super hungry, you have that hangry, like overly hungry, ravenous feeling, you're craving those higher sugar things and you're reaching for those. Or actually what happens a lot is if you're skipping breakfast, if you're not eating enough throughout the day, you will just naturally have more cravings and increased hunger in the evening. Whereas when you do have that balanced breakfast, you are raising your blood sugar in the morning in a very level, balanced way. You're not having any spikes and drops. And what that does is it helps you regulate and balance your blood sugar and your hunger throughout the entire day, because you're not getting to that super hungry, super low blood sugar feeling because you're never getting those spikes and drops. So in conclusion, this is why eating a balanced breakfast really just sets you up for a healthy, balanced day, because you're raising your blood sugar in a balanced way, you're satiating your hunger in a balanced way, and when you start your day with that, it's so much easier to stay on that path throughout the day rather than having those drastic dips and spikes throughout the day. So that's why breakfast is so important. I hope that you learned something in this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know what your favorite breakfast is in the comments, because I love breakfast. As you can tell, I'm a big proponent of breakfast, and I definitely think it is one of the most important meals of the day. So like I said, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you learned something, and subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.